Amazing timing, Carrie. Amazing timing.
I know my cues.
He's a radio guy.
I've done this.
We did a whole Patreon segment about this.
Just doing that whole copyright strike is not.
We should do that again.
us.
That was a ton of fun.
Patreon segment hitting the post.
Hitting the post.
Yeah.
Hitting the
Oh,
post.
let's see who we got here. We got Briefreet, Lizanel. We've got Egg Foo. We've got Carl Clark. Good morning, Carl. Good morning, Kid Hippie.
Who's
Galactic
new
Pop
in
Mark.
Who's new in there? Galactic Pop Mark, Kid Hippie.
Yeah, I haven't seen Kid Hippie before, so
Yeah.
happy Saturday to you, Kid Hippie. Welcome to the nation.
Galactic Pop Mark. I don't think I've seen you in here.
Galactic Pop Mark sounds like a thrift site in the future, like Poshmark, but in the future. Hi, Maggie. Say hi, Maggie.
Hi, Kitty.
I've got a question for Carl.
Carl.
Carl, I was thinking about this the other day. Do you still have... Remember that shitty action movie we made in high school? Do you still have a copy of that?
We all need to see that.
Mostly everybody needs to see Shannon's incredible hair in high school. Your hair was amazing, and it was always perfect.
What?
Like,
I need the receipts.
He was like
Shannon-
the werewolf drinking the pina colada at Trader Vic's. His hair was
perfect.
God,
He
Carl,
says he does in the chat. He says
He
still
says he's
has
got it. Blood
if
Brothers.
he- if-
Awesome.
I would love to share that somehow. No, so it was like, what was it called? It was what? Blood Brothers 2. It was a sequel.
I used a service last year because I found a bunch of like cassette tapes and videotapes that I sent them in and they digitized them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did
So-
it too. It didn't work
so we-
very well.
We do perhaps
Mine,
have to have
the place I
intervention.
used worked really well.
Okay,
Oh
good.
my
'cause
God,
the one
you
I
guys-
did was poopy.
I was the villain in this movie.
Of course.
You and your hair.
Yeah, obviously.
And my favorite thing I remember is there's a scene where there's a shootout like in a cemetery, I think. And whoever was sitting in the back of the truck supposedly shooting the gun, Carl put the gun sounds in later. But whoever was pretending to shoot shot like 35 times. Like it was like a pistol.
Pew, 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 pew,
Way
pew,
more
pew,
bullets
pew,
that can
pew,
fit
pew.
in a handgun clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are saying
Carl!
Patreon screening in the making.
Carl!
man.
Was it Tanaka's Revenge? Is that right, Carl? Is that what it was called? I can hear the kitty purring.
Yes, she got her purr motor going. Her purr motor going. Break
I
is
missed
going
that.
so
See,
much.
Carl
I
says
know.
he
Mike's
that.
up pretty high.
Carl
Yeah, I was
says
gonna
he
say,
shot at least
Rebecca's
30
mic
times.
sounds kind of hot.
Muting it isn't going to help.
Carl, we should do a Patreon
Well, I'll mute
screening.
it while I'm petting her, and then I'll unmute it when I'm
No,
not
it's,
petting.
it's,
No, I
it's
mean,
not,
you're-
it's not the
you're
purring.
loud in
Your
general.
mic's hot.
Yeah, you're
Well,
right.
why didn't you guys tell me this earlier?
Right.
I
too.
did,
You
I
were-
did earlier.
We didn't want to
Nobody
be
listened.
we didn't want to be the men telling the woman to.
Yeah,
Okay, but you kind of have to. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll do it.
I do have to make a quick moment to intervene on a friend's behalf here.
Yes.
Michael Beck has been in chat since 10:36, so
Is this better?
that's so much better. So, Mike, Bug Hunter, the show usually starts at 11:30. I do salute you for your perseverance and dedication,
Yes.
though.
They're like camping out.
Yeah, they're getting the best seats in the digital
The
chat.
best digital seats.
You guys want to see? I'm learning to play an instrument.
Oh, holy hell!
Is it the keytar? I hope it's the keytar.
No, it's better. It's called a omonophone. It's Japanese. See,
Whoa.
and it's got a little face. But watch.
What? They made T-Pain into an instrument?
Oh,
That was a low.
You're muted, Rebecca.
Well,
Well,
Shannon
it's-
will be recording the theme song to my my documentary about me.
Your cat's a distraction, Rebecca.
I'm gonna learn how to play Happy Birthday. That's my first goal.
It's a good goal.
She broke her mic.
Oh, it's
oh, Rebecca.
She's trying to put the dongle in.
Oh, yeah. Send a
This
youth
is-
over to her house.
Hold on a sec.
Is there a young person?
No, we still can't hear you, Rebecca.
I think
Okay.
this is. There we go.
Oh,
Hold
there
on.
we go.
There.
Okay.
Well, now it's
just-
all Rebecca
just
all
the
the
Rebecca.
time.
Why
Now
are
it's
you so
the Rebecca
nice?
show.
It's Rebecca.
La la la, loo loo loo. Everybody look at me. Everybody look at me. I love attention. I love attention. Blah 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 blah.
Hang on a sec.
Fix it. Help! I hate this.
There we go. I got you. Don't worry.
Thank you, Tom.
I'd let you flounder out there for a bit. Just,
And listen, Rebecca, you keep the shit up, and that's going to happen again. All right? We will.
I will
Oh
make it all
no!
about
The
you.
center of attention will be all
Yeah.
on me. Oh
Yeah, I
no!
will. I will.
I
Punish you.
hate it. Don't do
We will
that.
punish you that way.
Your mic sounds good now, by the way. Good
All right,
job.
it does.
Okay.
Whatever you did, it was great.
I don't know what Shannon's doing with that face, but I like it. Keep it up.
I
Shannon,
don't-
those arrived for you at work, and I wanted so badly to play with them, but I didn't.
Oh, the other thing too, huh?
Yeah.
Where's that at? It's right here.
It just sounded like we were in one of those Japanese period samurai movies. We're all talking in the bar, and then in the background, so the Shogun's not going to appreciate this.
All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
I guess.
Shall we begin?
Yeah, Rebecca's finally got her stuff together, so. Oh, you gave me the look. I'm immune to it now. I've been married for almost a decade.
Listen, my cat did this to me.
Uh-huh.
I can't have my space heater on. I can't have my microphone on. Your cat's purring too loud, Rebecca.
Yeah, but in 4
No,
months
I
you'll be
wasn't-
doing the show live from your pool. So
Yeah. I wasn't
Oh,
complaining
seriously?
about the cat purr. I enjoyed that. I missed
Oh,
that.
you want it back? Come here, Maggie.
I miss a cat purr. I wish my dogs had purr boxes. She doesn't seem happy.
She's never happy. My mom says she's the meanest cat she's ever met, and we've had cats our whole lives.
what you got there,
wow.
Gene? What you got there, Gene?
Sansi in the chat, I have not played Dying Light 2 yet, but I will.
All right.
It's nice.
All right. We ready?
Yes.
And welcome back. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Shannon has been replaced with a. He can't speak anymore. He can only speak in notes now. He can only.
This
Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Shannon?
Put it
This
close
is
to the
like
mic when you do it, though.
Like I feel like we should be at like a one of those bars and he's on the piano and I'm just like, hey there, ladies and gentlemen,
We're at the Dresden room. Yeah.
how are all those lovers doing out there tonight?
If you're wondering what Gene Belcher grew up to be,
Yes, right there.
Right there. Right there.
right there.
That's Shannon saying, welcome. I'm translating for Shannon now. He's welcome to the show. I'm sorry, Shannon, what was that again? I'm a big dumb what? No?
Oh,
Wow.
Am I? Oh. Big dork. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
That's better. All right. His voice box has been replaced with some sort of mouth organ. I don't know what it is. Shannon Bornson, everybody.
Hey, everybody! I'm a musician
Have you named
now.
it?
Huh?
Have you named that thing?
No,
It's
I haven't.
obviously called Notey McNoteface.
Oh my God, Tony, A+. Good work.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
one.
you.
I haven't named it yet. I'm doing okay, I guess. Oh, sorry. Oh, they're turning. Whoa! You're okay.
Are you
buddy.
killing it? Are you killing it?
Take that, you little fucker!
All right.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing better than a booking agent on the Masked Singer. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Come to America. We'll rehabilitate your terrible image.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Did you hear that? So people who don't know, my favorite trash show, the Masked Singer, started filming this week.
Wait, do you want to save this for your What You've Been Watching segment?
No,
Well, it
'cause
hasn't
I
even
haven't
aired
watched it.
yet.
So
It hasn't
what
even aired yet.
Oh, it
What-
hasn't aired yet.
happened is the first unmasking happens, and it's fucking Rudy Giuliani. And
that waste
Robin-
of
yeah.
space.
and Robin Thicke and Ken
Jeong.
Young, whatever. They said, "Oh fuck no," and they walked off.
Well, and you know it has to be pretty bad to upset Robin Thicke. So
Right,
Yeah, because everybody knows he's such a sensitive guy.
and of
He's
course,
got a very thick skin.
Tony, you're on a roll. 2 for 2.
Today's all about Tony and his jokes.
Tony and his puns.
so, and of course, stupid Jenny McCarthy, she doesn't care, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
she
she's-
stays. And what Nicole Scherzinger,
Sure.
yeah, she's probably so stupid she doesn't know who he is,
Yeah.
and so she stays. And I think on Friday, the booking agent of that show quit.
Quit.
He quit.
Good.
Using the air quotes right there.
Because we're trying to rehabilitate people who try to overthrow the government. That's what
Yeah.
we're
Like
doing
Jimmy
here, so-
Fallon tossing Mr. Stream's hair,
Yeah.
and then Gwyneth Paltrow also going on Fallon to talk about NFTs. Like,
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon, come on.
I don't even pay attention to Fallon anymore. Anyway, thank you, Shannon. Rebecca doesn't even watch Jimmy Fallon anymore. Rebecca Frost, everybody.
Yay! Oh, dang it! I'm so unprepared. Now now it's back on me, and I'm so unprepared.
You want me to? I'll make it big on her again.
Do it.
No, don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
No, don't look at me.
I'm awful.
At work this week, we did a Kahoot, and it was Olympic trivia, and I guessed on every single question, and I was in the lead for the longest time. And I'm like, please, dear God, do not let me win, because I have guessed on every single question, and I know nothing about the Olympics.
All right. she
God
knows-
came through. God came through. By
That's
the way.
who it was. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
I
Because
heard-
God knows all about the Olympics.
Rebecca, I heard you guys have a guy from the WWE coming to visit.
Yeah, why don't you put it on blast for...
I just did. Nobody cares.
All right. Quad T, Too Tall Tony, Trill. That's one of the cues.
Too tall, trill.
It's one of the
Too
T's.
Tall Trill Tony. That's it.
Yes. Hey, I'm here. Check me out on Twitter at Quad T Tony, and on the Gadget Spot podcast. And I can just feel the puns growing within me today. I can't wait to
Yes,
See
let's
what-
go.
see what grows out of me and thrusts forth in the light of jokes.
Growing and thrusting? Okay.
Yes.
All
Yep.
right. This is already an episode of Euphoria. I don't.
Where are the drugs at?
Not enough time for ashtray on that show. More ashtray.
More
Anyway.
ashtray, justice for ashtray.
All right. Justice for ashtray. That's. I'm going to make a T-shirt now. I love that.
And on the back it says, call the cops.
Call the cops. Go ahead.
Call the
Is this a show I should be watching?
No.
I
No.
see so many jokes.
Tony, your delicate sensibilities, I'm sorry to say, I don't think could handle you for
I
it.
don't know.
You should not be watching, Tony.
I've been told I would want to punch my TV if I watched
You
the
would,
show.
yeah.
Oh my
Although
God,
it's got.
you of all people.
Listen, we talk about the Peacemaker soundtrack music, though. Euphoria has a really good soundtrack.
Euphoria has a phenomenal soundtrack.
Yeah.
Great cinematography.
Well, and I'll tell you, you probably could hop on Spotify and just
Oh, yeah.
got
Sure.
it on there.
Sure. His soundtrack starts with Supertramp, Bloody Well Right. He's Lee George Cade.
Right?
Right.
You're bloody well right.
Bloody Well Right.
Absolutely. I wish I could promote some things right now other than world peace, but let's give
Well-
peace a chance.
Let's promote a couple of things.
Yes.
GeekShowGotThisCovered.com.
Yes.
Oh, me and
Our
Tony.
Patreon.
Me and Tony made something for that this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that up this weekend.
So you got that. Let's promote Geek Show on Twitter, where you can get during the week broken geek news.
Because
That
we
is
break
not,
it.
That is not, in the conspiracy corner. It's it's factual. Now I flash back to that song from Zippity Doodah. That's it.
Everything is satisfactual.
Thank you. All right.
Zippity-doo.
Okay,
Hey.
now it's out of my head.
welcome.
And our Facebook page, of course, and here on the YouTubes as well. That's another place where you can.
And if you're confused about which Facebook page to go, there's the official Geek Show Facebook page, and then there's the Geek Show Gang page, which, just go to the one that sounds coolest to you, even though really we should just have the one. But still, we can have two because we're special.
And we have three, actually. We have Geekshow Fit still up and running.
Geekshow Fit, yes, that thing is running literally on its own steam because someone does not nurture things that he gets started. He tends to wander away towards the next shiny thing.
No.
So, hey, Lee, how are you doing today?
He's talking in the third person.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But somebody who's been able to stay the course for literally his entire life is our host, Mr. Kerry Jackson.
Oh, thank you so much. Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com. Jay couldn't be here. He is literally on assignment.
Literally.
In the uniform. He's literally on
We
assignment.
saw it and everything.
Did you see him stand at attention? That was
It looks good.
I just want to know, I don't have a cool patch that says cyber on my arm.
I saw that. And
That
I
was
like,
neat,
whoa,
wasn't
is he
it?
a robot?
He's a robot. All right. Here's the big news story. This is the big story that everybody in Geek World has been talking about. And
Halo Big Team Battle got fixed finally? Yep.
That's the big news.
Well, that's the second big story.
Cyberpunk 2077 plays with 60% fewer bugs, but still is an unplayable buggy mess.
That's
You
the
shut your
third
mouth,
biggest
good
story.
sir.
That's the news.
Shut it.
That's
Shut
the
it.
third biggest story. This is the big story, and I want you to take a moment and shed a tear for Channing Tatum. Because
This fucking guy.
because he's been shedding a tear for quite some time. He was in Variety cover story, Channing Tatum talking about his movie Dog that you've seen promos for. But they,
That
of
dog's
course,
bad.
they asked him about the Gambit movie. The standalone X-Men Gambit movie that he worked on and wanted to star in. And then Disney merged with Fox, and it became a casualty of the corporate takeover.
That's why.
He was, as according to the story, Tony, devastated
Yeah.
when the movie fell apart. He says, once Gambit went away, I was so traumatized. He swore off watching all the Marvel movies altogether.
No.
Probably why his marriage fell apart, too.
Maybe.
But whatever. He's dating Zoe Kravitz now. I think he's fine.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Oh, she can do so much better.
I
Anyway,
know.
Are you kidding me? Better than Magic Mike? Get out of here.
Yes.
He seems like a nice enough fella, but he seems very sensitive now.
He says, I shut off. Huh?
Better than the dog alien from that space movie?
Which one?
Jupiter Ascending? Is that the one?
Jupiter fart sending.
I shut off my Marvel machine. I haven't been able to see any of the movies. I loved that character. It was just so sad. It was like losing a friend because I was ready to play him. I wish they would reconsider because it's a great project. Maybe someday. He also says
a lot of people like fan videos.
Fan videos? Have they made them?
Oh yeah, there's a Gambit one that somebody made that's like studio quality, but it's actually like really good. Like he could just make one. Nobody's stopping him.
Well, that's how Ryan Reynolds got Deadpool going.
Yeah.
You know
what the best thing about the Disney buyout of this shit is? I never had to see a Gambit movie.
He says, I would love to play Gambit. I don't think that I should direct it. Maybe that was hubris on my part. You think?
There's already been a Gambit movie, though. I mean, anyone who managed to tune into Jean-Claude Van Damme's Hard Target knows that there's already been a Gambit movie.
Yeah. That's the Gambit movie.
Sure, they called him Chance because his mama took one, but still.
And that boy, his Cajun accent.
His Cajun accent was flawless.
It's
like, ladies like,
flawful.
Why do they call you Chance? He's like, my mama took one.
Bug Hunter 801 says Dazzler movie win, and trust me, I've got the roller skates, I've got the jumpsuit, I've got the makeup. I'm ready to roll.
There's already been a Dazzler movie too. What are you talking about?
What's it
Don't
called?
You remember 1980s Xanadu?
That was the Dazzler movie?
I mean,
sure.
They just spelled it wrong.
I mean, only one out of the five of us is. Oh, I'm sure Shannon watched it a lot when he was a youth.
No, see, here's the thing: is that Chris Provost, from FanX, our friend.
Yeah.
He came over to my house and made me watch it.
made you or invited you over for a good time?
No, he came to my house and started talking about how it was the greatest movie ever. And I said, that's it. We're watching it now. And I'm going to show you what a terrible movie this is. And so we sat and argued for
You mean Gene Kelly's best work?
his last work, too.
Bummer.
I'm just sad that they
killed him!
That's the movie that killed him. And
I'm just
ELO. It killed ELO's career, too.
I'm just sad that they already killed Ulysses Claw in the Marvel movies, because that was one of the best issues of Dazzler is when she absorbed Claw. Because he's the master. He's the master.
That's
of
right.
He's made a sound.
Yeah,
She showed up in that Dark Phoenix movie for 5 seconds.
Yeah, she was that. Ugh.
Claw was one of my favorite bad guys in the MCU, just because he was so off the wall, the way they portrayed him in the MCU.
Well,
I
when
loved
he became
whenever he
pure
was on
sound,
screen.
when he became pure sound, and he was like, Claw.
It's hard. It's hard when you have to
wanna-
deal with. It's hard to deal with when your bad guy in your movie becomes Hot Schmeagol.
You want to try my mixtape, huh?
Or Hot Alfred. Come on.
Hot Alfred, yeah.
He'll always be Schmeagol in my heart.
Here's hoping that Dakota Johnson doesn't regret being cast as Madam Web.
Jesus
Yeah, I
Christ.
saw this, and I
I'm
was
so
like,
indifferent about
this
her.
is interesting. About Madam Web or Dakota Johnson?
Yes.
Both. Now, for those who don't know, the character was introduced in the 80s in Amazing Spider-Man number 210. Madam Web, a clairvoyant mutant who specializes in predicting the future of spider-themed superheroes. She has a very specific skill set, yes.
She was
Fucking
initially the villain.
stupid.
She was initially the villain in that musical, the Spider-Boy musical.
Oh, Turn Off the Dark?
Yes.
That
Do you-
one where the people died?
Yeah. No, I don't think people did. Somebody die? I don't think anybody died.
Oh, did
Just-
you
no,
get
nobody
injured
died. They just got
horribly?
seriously injured.
They got
got
fucked
fucked
up.
Yeah, they got fucked up.
Yeah, fucked up. I'll say that.
So she mentored not only Peter Parker's alter ego, but also multiple generations of heroes, calling themselves Spider-Woman, traditionally depicted as blind and paralyzed and old.
Yeah,
She
sits in her throne.
She's surrounded by a web-like machine necessary to keep her alive. Meanwhile, she stays away from direct conflict and sends others on missions. And they're making a movie.
There's not going to
Listen,
be a lot of
Sony-
camera movement.
Sony only has like so much that they can pull from their little Marvel bucket, and they're gonna milk every
There
character
is
they can.
one character and casting of that character that would be pitch note perfect with the right director and the right time to do it. The fact that they haven't said, Sam Raimi, can you direct the 4th Marvel Spider-Man movie with Bruce Campbell as Kraven the Hunter? And the fact that no one has done that, he would be the best.
Kraven.
He would be
He was
such a good
supposed to be.
Kraven.
He was supposed to be.
And
in
what if-
Sam
and
Raimi's
what
like
if-
early drafts?
Right, and what if
Really?
every single Bruce Raimi appearance or Bruce Campbell
Raimi.
appearance, Bruce Raimi, every single Bruce Campbell appearance in those Spider-Man movies from Sony, what if that was Kraven all along?
That would have
What
been
if?
awesome.
I mean, look at the bench that they have with all the Spider-Man characters.
Yeah, they have a ton of
They've got a bunch that they could do, and they're doing Madam Web. I mean, you've got Silver Sable is technically a Spider-Man character. Wouldn't it be cool to have a Silver Sable movie where it's this kick-ass, hot, woman on adventures doing all of that stuff? I would love a Silver Sable movie if I could.
Well,
see
I mean,
it.
they're already doing the next best character besides Spider-Man later this
Morbius?
year. Morbius. He's going to get his own.
Why
See what
not?
I'm saying?
Why not a standalone? Why not a standalone? You've got Alfred Molina willing to do the part. Why not a standalone superior
be-
Spider-Man movie?
That would be
Superior
awesome.
Spider-Man would be awesome. Look at
Yeah.
all the spider properties that you've got. Do a Black Cat Silver Sable team up like they talked about. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
thought
talking
they
about.
talked about that. Yeah,
Yeah, aren't they?
But
It got
talked about-
shelved, I think.
It got shelved. And anyway, all right. So there's that.
Carrie, we gotta raise a glass, bro.
In a bit.
Okay.
In a bit, we'll do that.
He's not thirsty right now.
That's it. And I know y'all are tired of Walking Dead, but what if?
Oh my god.
What if we weren't?
What if I were to say to you? What if I were to say to you?
Herschel's Farm.
Almost. What if I were to say to you, I'm going to put Terry Crews in the Walking Dead universe?
I'd watch it.
watch it for sure.
What
Is
if
it like
I were
a
to-
funny? Is it a funny?
Let me add on to that. What if I
The
were to
Laughing
say?
Dead.
What if I were to put Parker Posey in The Walking
Watch
Dead?
it.
Hold on.
What if I were to put Anthony Edwards and Gillian Bell in the Walking Dead universe? Now, how much would you pay?
Nothing.
I would pay still nothing,
I
but I
wouldn't
might
pay.
watch
Yeah,
it.
I still wouldn't.
But you'd watch, though, right?
Yeah. I'll give it a shot.
I mean, okay, give me the rest, and then I'll make a decision.
Here's the pitch. It's called Tales of the Walking Dead, and it's an anthology series, and it will be on AMC, which means we'll get 1 or 2 standalone Terry Crews episodes, 1 or 2 standalone Parker Posey episodes, but it just takes place in the Walking Dead universe with different people.
Okay.
They should have Parker Posey just play the same character she plays on Lost in Space, Dr. Smith, because she is good in that. I hate her so much in that show, and that's what they're going for with that character. She's way good.
No, she should play her character from Josie and the Pussycats.
Ooh, also.
You know who really hates Parker Posey is Lloyd Kaufman, the guy that created Trauma
Really?
and the Toxic Avenger.
What
Because
happened?
I've hung out and I've talked with him a bunch of times.
What happened between those two?
Well, just in his book, Go Make Your Own Damn Movie, there's a whole chapter called Parker Posey's a Cunt. So if you want to, you can just go read it.
You'll see why.
And apparently,
All right.
I from what he's told me, I'm like, yeah, she kind of sounds like one. Yeah.
All right, okay. Anyway, that's going to be on AMC sometime in your
She's
future.
my cousin and always remembers my children's birthdays, but it's okay.
Blueberries.
Kind soul.
Is it? Okay, well,
She's
all right. I'm going to let you two
so
talk
sad
then.
now.
All right, we'll talk.
Oh, me and Lloyd Kaufman?
No, you and Shannon, you can talk about this. We'll take a break and let that happen. All right. After these messages,
messages.
we'll be
That's
right
good.
back.
Back.
I'm gonna go blow my nose.
So I got my cat Maggie, who made an appearance earlier
Yes.
when Walking Dead was like hot, and she's got 3 legs. And this was also right around the time when Herschel cut his leg off. But so it was very close. I almost named her Herschel, but then I was like, no, she gotta have girl names. So I went with Maggie.
Herschel starts with her. It would have been close.
Yeah. Tony,
Herschel.
I'm gonna need you. Do not give it all away.
You're wasting it.
You're
Nobody's
wasting
gonna-
it.
Nobody's going to buy this cow. The milk's for free.
All right. Let's see.
Maggie, are you done being a turd?
You mean first break already, Jason? That was 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Done being a turd?
Yeah, we don't intentionally go for 2-hour shows. It just happens.
You want a 2-hour show? I'll give you a 2-hour show.
Now, see, someone is saying that Anthony Edwards died in 2008. Is that right?
Well,
Rebecca?
it's really good casting for a zombie show.
Yeah, I mean, they could just dig him up.
Rebecca's 2-hour show.
No! it's just me Googling.
Like Anthony Edwards.
watched
Nope,
that, though.
Still alive.
Yeah, still alive.
Still alive, so.
Maggie.
Howdy, Dr.
we
Paul
were-
White.
Hello.
Oh, Dr. Paul's here.
Dr. Paul.
on
Don't we
the
have a
Geek
theme
Show-
song for him?
Promote
We
Dr.
should.
White's show thing.
On the Geekshow Twitter feed, I retweeted earlier this morning Dr. Paul's event that is happening on Tuesday called Wakanda Forever.
Nice.
And y'all should attend that if you can. It's past my bedtime, otherwise I would, because it sounds great. So go to the Geek Show Twitter feed and find it, and all the information is there.
I'll post it in the chat.
Or you can post it in the chat, too.
I mean, I'll do all of it.
All right, we ready?
Yep.
Okay. And we're back. Okay. Now, Paramount Plus, which is quickly becoming all Star Trek all the time, and I'm great with that.
Fine, yeah.
I love every moment of that.
I should just call it the Star Trek Network.
Star Trek and South Park.
Yeah,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
the South Trek Network. They're talking about this Strange New Worlds, which is debuting May 5th.
What a poster. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, God.
Yeah, cool poster.
Good poster.
Because their reimagining of the Enterprise, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some spaceship porn there. They showed some clips to the TV Critics Association press tour. And one of the clips focused on young Nyota Uhura, who is going to be on this show.
Oh.
Celia Rose Gooding is the actress who is playing Uhura. She will be the future comms officer, of course, of the Enterprise, and she's a fresh-faced cadet right out of Starfleet Academy and put right onto the Federation's flagship in the show. The footage showed Uhura being introduced to the crew at dinner, hosted by Captain Pike, where she shows up wildly overprepared to impress, it says here, thanks to a prank by fellow officers Eric Ortegas in her Starfleet uniform at a dinner where apparently she wasn't supposed to. But she introduces herself. She grew up in Nairobi. She talks about her passion for linguistics. So we're going to get a lot of Uhura backstory and all of that here. Now, beyond Uhura, of course, we got number one, who has a name now. Rebecca Romaine's character. It's not just number one. Her name is Una Chin Riley.
Una. There it is.
Yeah.
Right in
There
the
it
name.
is. Una, one.
Remember when they first showed up, and I was like, God, that number one is, man, she's hot. And everybody's like,
There it
yeah,
is. Oh,
that's Rebecca Romaine.
Slick.
oh.
There's a
Spaceship
horse.
porn.
There's a horsey.
That's Captain Pike's horse, apparently. Anyway,
Well, he used to talk about the little ranch that he had in outside of Death Valley that he would, wasn't it Death Valley, and he would ride his horse out. And
yes. So that's Captain Pike's horse. Ethan Peck as Spock will be there, of course. And
He's so good.
And yes, we're also getting Nurse Chapel and Dr. Mbenga, who are characters from the original series who were never given their due, really. So they got Jess Bush and Babs Oluskamoken will be playing those characters. But here was the interesting part. Christina Chong will be playing a character called Laan Noonien Singh.
Wait a minute.
Yes. And
Wait a minute.
and Goldsman, the showrunner, said she's related to Khan for sure, and the deal with that connection will unfold. We don't want to bring folks into the show to be splashy. We want to dig deeply into the characters that are part of our ensemble, and then obviously we will open up this whole thing. But right now, what you see is what you get.
Well,
That's May 5th, and I just hope that the character is named Khan Jr., because that's a character from King of the Hill.
May 5th
Oh, yeah,
after May the
Khan Jr.
4th.
What's that?
May 5th, right after May the 4th, when the supposed Kenobi show is supposed to drop. Come on.
Oh, ballsy.
Again, it's, we got so much geek stuff happening all around us.
Just look at the Star Trek stuff.
There's a lot.
Discovery's coming back real soon. Picard next month. And then this one the month after.
And if you haven't been watching Prodigy, I know a lot of people haven't been giving it the time because it's a cartoon and supposedly for kids, but it's good Trek. It's really good Trek.
It's on my list to watch because I don't know anything about Star Trek, and I hear it's a good intro
It
point.
is. It is exactly that.
that's exactly
Yes.
what I think they're trying to do.
Well, that was the plan.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited for all this geek content to come out in the next little bit, so people have plenty to bitch about.
Exactly.
The complaining.
So much
I
complaining
love-
coming our way.
I'm so looking forward to going onto Twitter and everybody being like, "Don't go on Twitter if you don't want stupid spoilers."
I can't wait for the confused complaints about Moon Knight. That's what I'm waiting for. Because Moon Knight is going to confuse the hell out of a lot of people.
He wasn't on the moon at all.
what I
He's
love
not
about
a knight
Moon
or
Knight,
nothing.
what I love about Moon Knight is the same people I work with that come to me to decipher everything for them that's geek related. They're going to come to me about Moon Knight, and I'm just going to go, I don't get it either.
I only learned this week that the guys behind the movies Resolution and Endless are the same guys who are doing Moon Knight, and that shot my interest in it way up because those movies are phenomenal. They're very timey-wimey. All of the movies that they do are timey-wimey.
I love timey-wimey.
Yeah, so I'm
need to
really
watch
looking
these.
forward to
But-
Moon Knight.
Well, remember, though, he has 3 personalities. and he doesn't know when one or the other is in control. It's just like he wakes up and he's Jake Loxley, so that's you're going to need some of that kind of element.
Yeah.
Somebody who can make that work.
Does he still, in the comics, does he get stronger as the moon gets fuller?
I'm reading the current, and they haven't addressed that.
Like periods.
That used to be a thing, right?
Yeah, they haven't addressed it in the comics in a while. If you want a treat, though, go find Jason Aaron's when he wrote Avengers. Of course, it's Jason Aaron. He wrote a story where Moon Knight took over the world.
Wow!
This was just like a year ago, so look it up. It was a fun read, and Anyway, let's see. Shannon, tell your kids that Goosebumps is going to be a TV series.
Okay.
Again?
Oh my God! This totally. I had the weirdest conversation with a kid the other day. Goosebump related. Okay. Mm-hmm. 2nd grade, new to our school. Never seen her before, and she looks at me and she goes, "Hi," and I go, "Hey." And then she looks out the window and she's like, "Oh, I hate when that happens." And I go, "What?" "I just saw Slappy's hand, and he waved at me," and I go, "What?" And then he disappeared, and I go,
neither living dummy. Right
I go,
there.
"Slappy, the ventriloquist dummy from Goosebumps," and she goes, "Yeah, I hate it. He follows me to school." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then like she's like, and then he just disappears, and he's in my house, and he messes up the house, and I get in trouble.
Oh, okay.
And she goes, "And he stole my dog, and he didn't give it back until I won the game."
This could be a problem.
Oh yeah, and then she says, "But I'm gonna go. I'm not scared of him. I'm going to go find him, and I'm going to cut him open and see what he ate today."
This is a problem. Yeah, this is you need to call somebody.
Oh, no. So I walked up. I went and found her teacher, and I go, "Come here and listen to this." And she's like, "Oh, no."
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was a TV series from 95 to 98, but they're bringing it back. They're bringing it back with the people
in
who
pod
made
form.
Yes, they're bringing it back. The people who made the movies recently.
The Fear Street movies? Well, there you go.
Yeah. So you got that. Let's see. We're getting another Scream movie because this one did so well.
I'm gonna watch it when I can stream
down.
it.
Scream.
This one will go straight to stream. Scream on stream.
Tony, I told you not to blow it all in the first half.
I can't help it.
Leave him wanting more, Tony.
Oh, there's plenty more.
Hey,
Plenty.
I swear I've got this for you here.
Scream.
I promise
Scream.
you're going to love this.
Scream.
This one's going to be, I don't know if this is Scream 6 or how this will work, but did anybody see the current one? I would think Rebecca would have seen that.
No, and my friend put me on blast yesterday because I actually have not seen any of the Scream movies.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, I
thought
know.
you liked scary movies.
Oh,
I do.
I love the first one especially.
I hear Drew Barrymore's in it.
She gets made it.
No, that's not it.
Do you know what my favorite Scream is? Huskies.
Oh, yeah.
That's all my
those
TikTok feed is just screaming Huskies.
Scream.
Scream.
There we
And
go.
screaming goats. I love screaming goats.
You know,
yeah.
Scream. You know what I really want to see Warner Brothers finally give due recognition to the greatest superhero they have the rights for, and that's Freakazoid.
God, bring
Yes.
how come that shit isn't getting rebooted?
I need Freakazoid versus Candlejack very badly.
Oh, yes.
I need to see Cave Guy in
Cave Guy.
live action.
That song. That's it. Everybody down. Everybody down now. Shh. Shh.
Yeah,
Cave
how do you
Guy's
do a
wearing
live
pants
action
that are
Freakazoid?
brown.
Cave man. No, it's Cave Guy's underpants are brown now.
Well, but I also want in there the Huntsman, of course.
Yes.
Oh,
yes. And
Who
then,
was
of course,
essentially just a bad Charlton Heston impression.
Lessons in Conversational Norwegian, starring Freakazoid.
Scream.
So good.
And for Tony, here you go. There you go.
Yay, goats!
I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Okay, so I've stopped watching all the CW superhero shows.
Yeah, you made a mistake, bud.
Well,
There's a couple.
I
There's a
may
couple
go
gems.
back. I may go back for an episode because apparently Donald Faison is going to be making a guest appearance
On what show?
on Legends of Tomorrow.
As who?
Not saying. He's
He's showing up as Turk.
No, well here,
Professor Utonium.
well here, DC people try to figure it out because here's all I have on it. He will be
Okay,
playing
let's-
an unnamed mystery character seeking fame, fortune, and glory.
Booster Gold.
Turk.
I hope he
If
sings
he's
the Ewok
Booster
song.
Gold, I will love it.
This is the season finale, the 7th season finale.
That sounds like Booster Gold.
He's
does,
also a
doesn't it?
time-traveling hero.
The show producers add, hope this won't be a one-off cameo and that he will return if the CW greenlights an 8th season. I don't think they will. But
Yeah.
Do you think he had a contract with the CW, just like period, and then because like the Powerpuff Girls thing kind of like fizzled out, they're like, well, he's signed on to do something.
That shit didn't fizzle out. It crashed and
He was-
burned.
So you're saying
Wait, did they
So you're
finally
saying-
give up on
yeah.
that completely?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They're like, oh, this is some fucking
Yeah,
I'm
like-
very
garbage.
sad about it.
didn't some of the principals just walk? Like they just said, yeah, we're done.
pretty
Well,
much,
Chloe
yeah.
Bennett had to leave because she had filming, like she had other conflicts. It wasn't that
Right.
she hated what they were doing; she had other conflicts.
She
Well,
should have
and then
hated
there's-
what they were doing.
And then there's the fact that the pilot was so poorly received that they just decided to scrap it entirely and
Start
shoot
over.
another pilot.
Yeah, they scrapped it and started over.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, this one isn't any good either.
Ah, crap.
No, I mean
Diablo Cody was good for the aughts, and that's it.
my theory is they tried to Riverdale it, and somebody said, "Wait a second, the Powerpuff Girls are like 5. We
Well, there
can't
was a leaked-
Riverdale the Powerpuff Girls."
Well, there was a leaked one where they're like college age students now,
Right.
But like Bubbles has like nudes out there that get
Mm-hmm.
leaked or something,
Oh,
and like
God.
that was part of it.
Yeah, if your only
That's a direction.
connection to an IP is through elementary school age characters, you can't go that direction. It's just not
Yeah.
going to work.
It's hard to,
It's
yeah.
I mean, Riverdale kind of works because it knows it's a burning trash heap, but
Where's
also those
my-
characters are late teens, right? So-
Where's my gritty Rugrats reboot?
right?
Ugh. Wait a minute, I'm wearing a Rugrats shirt. Dang it.
Tommy.
It's a
Tommy.
I
Reptar
want
shirt.
gritty Rugrats reboot.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you
like
know-
there's a serial killer leaving solid steel dildos in its victims' foreheads, and it's it's
You know
Tommy
what?
Pickles,
I'd watch that.
Angelica's running a brothel.
right?
Oh,
You
went
know what?
dark.
I want a dark and gritty cat dog.
Don't tempt
Or
me.
You know what show is actually pretty dark and gritty just in and of itself is Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Fuck yeah, it
Fuck,
is.
I fucking
Oh.
Courage the Cowardly Dog is so before its time.
Oh yeah, for
Oh.
sure.
So good.
That dog. I
Rugrats
was
meets
scared
Euphoria.
of everything.
Bug Hunter 801 says Rugrats meets Euphoria. Fucking please. I am begging
Could you
Hollywood.
imagine Angelica in Euphoria?
She fits right in.
I know. It's-
She's
it's
Maddie.
perfect.
If I'm gonna I'm gonna assign Euphoria characters to Rugrats characters. Maddie's Angelica. Tommy is Rue, obviously.
yes, obviously.
It's still bleeding out, Lillian.
The twins are Cassie and Lexi. Come on.
yes. Oh, yes. There you
It
go.
all fits. Who's Fez? Fez is Ashtray's Tommy's little brother, Dill.
Yes.
Who's
Yeah.
Tuffy?
Come on. Or maybe Tommy should be Fez.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well,
Anyway-
I'm glad the two
anyway,
of you watched
follow-
this show so you could have this
Follow
conversation.
me on, well, Jay watches it too, but he's not here. So follow me on Twitter.
So, well, now,
More of
you know, and are they making the Reptar movie and it's like really hard on them and so they take a lot of drugs?
or Reptar Real. Or Reptar Real.
Reptar is real.
They go the Legion route and he's the yellow he's Aubrey Plaza.
Well, just be
If
careful what you
Aubrey
wish.
Plaza played Reptar, I'd sign up in a heartbeat.
You'd be there. I'm just saying, be careful what you wish for, because I wished for a dark and gritty space ghost, and I got it in comic book form, and it was not good. All right.
Dark and gritty doesn't always make things good.
Doesn't.
It's true. It's true.
Here's another one for your kids, Shannon. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. There's an app called Calm. Has anyone heard of it?
I've used it.
Oh, you have it? Okay, well, go on there.
Do a bunch of cocaine and listen to it.
I want you to go there and take a look for this. It is Optimus Prime doing the history of the Transformers.
Oh, boy.
What?
Yeah, it's
Like the internal history or the actual history?
Look, I listened to 30 seconds of the free trial before it kicked me off, and it was Peter Cullen,
Okay.
doing the voice, and he's like, you hear the,
Tweep top, tweep top.
He goes, "Hello, friend. I'm awfully glad that you are here today."
It's Adam West doing Optimus Prime?
I wish Orson Welles was still around to do it.
Oh, wow.
The French.
But apparently it's an ever before heard Transformer story telling the history of the Autobots and Decepticons, taking the listeners deeper into the themes of the iconic franchise, exploring bravery, leadership, friendship, and STEM.
You were walking down a long hallway made of energon cubes, and as you progress, the energon gets brighter. You're feeling a greater sense of lightness.
There it is.
I've been hoping to talk with you.
See?
To
Need to have
personally thank you for your
Conversation.
And this is supposed to
How much?
Kindness. Glad that we have this time together.
How much does this cost?
My allies and I are
like
grateful
$9.99
to
a month or something.
you for allowing us to rest outside your home.
Mm.
They're outside the house.
That's not creepy at all, by the way.
The Transformers are outside.
Oh, my
The
God.
Transformers are coming from inside the house.
Well, we'll need to stop now. This is copyright material.
Oh yeah, this will
stop.
We're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Are we all feeling calmer now?
Peter Cullen is the actor. Peter Cullen.
Peter Cullen. Yeah.
Cullen, not Cullen.
I'm gonna start
Cullen.
listening to that shit.
Is
Yeah,
it calming though? Is it soothing? Like to hear Optimus Prime talk about the history of the.
He's got a great voice.
Breathe in.
He does. I would have hired him
out.
to do meditation.
They have
things.
all kinds of
Your problems are in the rearview mirror.
They have all kinds of celebrity narrators, like reading stories and stuff. Like Nick Offerman does quite a few.
It's time to transform and roll out from
But
your
Rebecca,
problems.
what part of his body is the rearview mirror? I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
Do they have other cartoon characters? Do they have other cartoon characters? Is like their one where Cobra Commander or Skeletor is
Oh my
doing?
god!
I want a Cobra Commander.
Do you ever have problems
Very-
when your
very
minions
calming.
won't do their
You
job?
are smart. You are brave. You
need-
can do anything.
Is the monarch out there going to be doing
mighty
things?
monarch.
You will be feeling calm with the polar bear from Lost.
All right.
Deep breaths.
I meant to, when we were talking about Star Trek earlier, Lee, I meant to bring this up because I want you to see if this sounds familiar to you.
Is this where I rage quit?
Akiva Goldsman talking about Star Trek anthology series. He says there's something I would like to do.
Don't even fucking say it's a Memory Alpha series. When did I pitch that, Carrie?
Poolside about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
He says I want to call it Tales of the Federation, where you just do one-offs. Does that sound familiar, Lee?
Oh.
Seriously.
Are you gonna sue
You
them?
know. Remember the whole South Park bit? The Simpsons did it first.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did it first.
Yeah.
It's just more proof that big
he
state
says-
surveillance is watching everyone.
He said, so you could bring back George Takei back for an hour. You could do a show about Sulu as an older
I had
man. Or
exactly that episode written down
exactly.
as a suggestion.
Or you could find Jonathan Archer, having now retired from his enterprise and being on Earth, and do these
Or
really
you
interesting
can-
stories.
Or you can get any of the characters from the J.J. Abrams verse to reprise the younger characters.
Yeah.
You could do the Starfleet Academy series you wanted to do with Kirk and Spock. You could do Young Janeway. You could do anything. You could do the
But here
Bell
was-
Riots.
Here was the linchpin with the show that Lee came up with that I kind of helped with, and that was it would be called Memory Alpha, and you'd be based in that headquarters, that big library. Yep. And the guy, the keeper or whatever his name was. The caretaker, thank you. He would pull out a disc and go, that reminds me of a time when...
Yeah, we framed it like the young Indiana Jones, where a different Starfleet person would come in with a problem to Memory Alpha, and the caretaker would be like, oh, that reminds me of the time that Jonathan Archer was having a problem with the Andorians, and then it plays the episode, and then at the end, the Starfleet guy's like, oh, I really enjoyed that insight. Caretaker, I sure wish the executive producer and creator of this show was a millionaire.
Seriously, 30 years ago, we came up with this. 30 years ago.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, there you go, Lee.
Them?
I'm pissed.
This world, man.
Does anybody know a lawyer?
Yeah, does anybody know a lawyer?
There's the idea that ideas do not belong to us, and if you receive a really good idea but you do not act on it, it will leave and find someone else. And I think that is what has happened here.
That's happened to me so many times.
I feel like I've been in that boat, yeah.
So I like your idea. I also like the idea of memory vampires that visit me in the night and take my ideas.
Well, how do you think the ideas go away?
Right.
Mm-hmm. She's not wrong. All right.
Think about it.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
I'm going to take a quick bio break. Be right back.
Just gonna go pee-pee.
Bio break. This guy works in corporate.
Right.
No, I work with gamers.
Oh, they say that on gaming stuff too?
And apparently I need to apologize to Mr. DB 5-star.
Why?
In the chat.
What'd you do?
I'm bothering him, apparently.
What?
He's telling me to quiet down.
I don't even see DB 5-star in there. Oh, there he is. Bio break infinite. Okay.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Yeah, Shannon, could you just quiet down just a little bit?
Well, DB, I just have to say that Shannon needs to be here. You don't.
Maybe he was joking. Maybe
he was.
Probably joking.
If that's the case, maybe text jokes don't always work.
Oh, it says I was saying that when the goat screams were going. Oh, like I was the goat.
The greatest of all time?
You are the goat. Yeah, you're the goat, my friend. Or he's telling you to quiet down because we needed to hear the goat scream.
I don't
scream.
Oh, that show.
I have to throw away a good half of my jokes over text because I know they won't land. Like, if I was in person, this would be so good.
And again, that's another thing to
won't.
Same with the chat room too, because this happens on the radio show. We have a live chat room going all the time, and there are a lot of times people, because of the delay, because they don't think of it right away, they'll throw something at me, and I'll go, "Hey, what?"
Yeah.
Context. Always frame your
part of the medium
statements in context. You need to do that.
That's my boy Steve.
Oh my god!
So I cannot wait to do this deep dive for this last episode of Boba Fett because there is nothing like Lee George Cade, doctorate and High Minister of Star Wars, being completely blindsided by a Star War.
Yep. That's
had no
exactly
idea.
what I was thinking too.
I had no idea.
Yep.
I had no idea.
I don't want to talk about Star Wars.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
What do you want
to? I just have my own opinions, and nobody likes them.
Well, your opinions are yours, and you don't have to be liked.
Aren't you used to that by now?
Being a woman, that's just my life, honestly.
Well, I like the prequels. I spent 20 years being told that I was stupid for enjoying something. So,
all right, let's
guys listen to this on Calm before you start.
Well, we can't because it's YouTube. We're still on.
We'll get a copyright strike, and
we can't.
There's a soundscape that it's the Office Dunder Mifflin.
Just
It's
the
just sounds
song.
of the Office.
It's just
Sounds of
Office
the
sounds.
Office.
So
okay.
and before we jump in,
Why would you want that? that?
I don't
That's
know.
like people who play Stardew Valley. Like, that's just more work. Like, that's just work. Why
Before
would
we-
you want that in your personal fun time?
Before we get back to the show, I would like to bring up something that Lizenell actually brought up in chat, which is very important. Regardless of whether or not anybody is giving you grief on the show, Rebecca, for your opinion, it may be an opinion that is valuable to somebody that is listening, and therefore it's important.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Scream.
All right. People are going to wonder where that's from. Freakazoid. Find it and love it.
Classic.
All right. Yes. Okay, we ready? Let's start.
Yeah.
And we're back. Okay. Now, the five of us that are here, if Jay was here, he would be included in that. We've done our share of Comic-Con panels.
Yeah.
And I found this on Twitter.
I kind of want to do them again.
We will. This is a guy named Jared Shuren who did some, this is what people on the web do. They have time to kill, and so they do these sort of things. He tweeted, "There have been 2,432 American science fiction conventions since World War II.
Wow.
I fed their programs into an AI.
Oh, I saw this article actually. Yes, yeah.
Here are some of the panels that it generated. So these are titles of panels that you would see at a Sci-Fi or Comic-Con, some sort of
So
convention.
we're calling dibs. We're calling dibs on what panel we want.
And it's based on all the input from the last 2,000 some odd panel Comic-Cons or science fiction conventions, and an AI has created these names.
Now, we have been involved with with Comic-Con here in Salt Lake, FanX, since the beginning. And honestly, there are two or three in here. There are two or three in here that I believe could, would, or should happen. All right. So, why Trek Wars?
Why Trek Wars?
Why Trek Wars? Harlan Ellison has cake. The Hugo perspective.
Okay.
Harlan Ellison's such an asshole. Who'd
Yes.
give him cake?
How cyberspace failed.
Oh, okay.
Heinlein on diversity.
Hey, wait a second. He was a very diverse writer. He had lots of women in his stories. They were all redheads and based off of his wife, but incredibly diverse.
All right, well, here's another one for you. Buffy, a panel of woman.
It's just me. It's
Just
me on the panel.
Rebecca.
It's just Rebecca. The Cakes of Gore.
What's
you
this
ever read-
obsession with cake?
Likes
There's
cake.
the cake is a lie.
Those gore books are, in hindsight, very problematic.
Okay, here's
oh my
one.
gosh.
Asimov and Heinlein, live sword fighting.
Oh, yeah.
But it's sword fighting with their ding-dongs.
Here's one for Tony.
It'd be math movie.
Here's one for Tony. Why are we still talking about Dune? A panel about Dune.
This is for me!
Here's one that's just called rope tricks.
Oh, yeah.
Also, only with your ding-dongs.
That's right. Here's another. Okay. Debate. Cake or Hugo's?
Well, as Dr. Paul White pointed out, it's always time for cake.
It's always time for cake. Why conventions? An open letter.
Please, put me
Good
on
one,
it.
too. Yes.
Here's one. Rockets matter. Listen to me.
Yeah.
Host moderated by Elon Musk.
I was going to
Oh my
say, a
God.
debate between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos.
Yes.
You know what? I just want to be on every panel I'm on. I want it to end with, listen to me.
No, don't go. Listen.
No, the panel that I want to see Shannon is, can I just say, an hour with Shannon Barneson.
Can I just say, listen to me?
All right. Here's another one. Maps. Why we hate them.
And it moderated by Karen O of the Yeah Yeahs.
Yeah.
Man.
Here's
What?
one. Fairy tales are cake.
What is
A
that?
lot of cake panels.
Yeah.
I hope the band shows up.
Here's one. Asimov's influence on influence.
Influencers.
Here's one that Lee will be handling. Why George Lucas was Lovecraft.
With less racism. Yeah. Unintentional racism. Because there was racism. Let's get it. But he didn't create it. Well, he did. Oh, shit. George Lucas is racist.
It writes itself.
Yep.
The panel
one.
exists.
Heinlein. Here's one. Heinlein. Heinlein. And my favorite one, the one I'll be in charge of. Comics aren't real. All right, there we go.
I have read every single Heinlein book.
You have?
Yes.
Which books are? Which is he?
He was The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. He did all the.
I love that
Long
book.
books.
Love that book.
Stranger in a Strange Land, which was literally the book where he stopped being a far right, military obsessed pseudo fascist and became a hippie. Like literally, the entire hippie movement ended up modeling itself after the story of Valentine Michael Smith. So it's just like, and Heinlein, like he wrote Starship Troopers. But
yeah,
that's right.
not that silly little movie they made back in the 90s.
No, it's nothing like the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. What did you guys consume this week?
I have a lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go second.
Oh,
Go ahead, Rebecca.
Okay. So it was a big week for Rebecca. Pam and Tommy.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
TV show of the year, Pam and Tommy.
I
Talking
agree.
Ding Dong, A+, no notes, phenomenal CGI. My husband was watching it with me, and he said, I know how this ends, but I would not be surprised if Tommy Lee is killed at the end of this. Because he
So
sucks.
we started watching it last night too, Rebecca, and I was thinking it was going to be one of those shows where, like, you feel like, oh, really bad for Tommy Lee and Pam for what happened to them, right?
You
And
feel
then
bad
I
for
was
Pam.
like, I feel bad for Pam. Tommy Lee can suck a dick in hell. That's how I feel about him.
Tommy Lee can suck a dick in hell. That's, yep.
All right.
I wish Jay was here because Kat, his wife, told me to start watching that show on Netflix starring Kristen Bell, The Woman in the Window across the street from. I can't remember the long
Is it good?
title. So I couldn't tell beforehand if it was parody or not, and it is a satire show based on like all of those books that women love, like Girl in the Window, Girl on the Train, like drunk housewife solves mystery essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
And it either needed to lean further into being a satire or not do it at all. It did this weird like middle lane.
That's
kind of
exactly.
thing.
Sue watched it, and that's exactly her complaint. She said it needed to be funnier or not. It needed to decide what it needed to be, and it didn't.
And then I went to movie theaters this week. I went to 2 different movie theaters. Thursday night, a bunch of millennials and I, wearing black T-shirts, went to go see Jackass Forever. And
I want to see that so bad.
How was it, Rebecca? Because I want to see it.
oh, if you love Jackass,
It's Jackass.
it's Jackass.
And I saw like Eric Andre's in it too,
Eric
who I
Andre's
just love.
there. Machine Gun Kelly's there.
Boo.
There's, you know what? The more I learn about Machine Gun Kelly, I hear he's a decent dude.
Okay.
But Aaliyah Shawkat has like a 2-second cameo.
Oh, really?
Funniest person alive.
I like her.
Aaliyah
She's very
Shawkat?
funny.
Yeah.
I think she's one of the funniest people alive.
The friends I was with nearly puked at one point. But yeah,
That's Jackass for
Yeah, I
you.
was gonna say,
if you like Jackass, they've got new members now because they're like passing the torch essentially.
Well,
They got-
and a lot of them are dead.
They're old.
well, and they're old too.
They're
like their
old.
age is showing.
Right.
They're not that old, but from what they've put their bodies through, their bodies
got
are
road
old.
miles
They're
on 'em.
aged.
Well,
Yeah, the road
and
miles. Yeah.
Rebecca, do you really agree with me that Johnny Knoxville looks like
Cobb Vanth.
looks like fucking Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh no! The whole time I just kept singing, "It's Cobb Vanth. Hi, I'm Cobb Vanth, and welcome to Tatooine." They got a girl
Today, I'm
there
gonna
now.
get
They have a
punched in the
girl
nuts by a
now.
bantha.
They got a girl.
They got a girl. However, she's barely in it, and I'm choosing to believe it's because women handle pain better, and so all of her stunts were boring to watch. That's what I'm
because she
choosing
didn't
to
react
believe.
as much. I see.
Yeah, but I'm gonna close out 2022 movie of the year. I know it's early. Moonfall by our friend Roland Emmerich.
Oh God damn it! I'll see you later.
a perfect, perfect movie. Just, it had everything I could have ever wanted. The moon's coming, baby. I don't know what to tell you.
The moon is coming.
Moon's a coming. Moon is a coming. This movie was funded by 3 sources: Lexus, the U.S. government, and SpaceX. There's 2 instances. One is where the guy says, "What would Elon do?"
I was going to say, if it's SpaceX, does Elon make a cameo?
No, but he says, "What would Elon do?" And then later the U.S. government is like, "Well, our friends at SpaceX have helped." Blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's perfect. Ex-husbands and ex-wives bickering, nobody believing you. Car chase from one of my favorite disaster movie tropes is when cars have to like outrun something behind it. Yeah. They do that with cars and rockets. Come on, this movie's perfect. This movie is perfect.
Nope.
Rockets, listen to me. All right. Is that everything?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway, Tony.
I'll go next. Finished up Cobra Kai. Oh, man.
Fuck yeah, bro.
That show is just absurd. It's a lot of fun, though. I like it.
It's wonderful, wonderful trash is what it is.
Yep. We're halfway through. My wife and I are watching Dopesick. Did you guys ever watch Dopesick?
No, it's on the list, though.
I've heard good things.
Man, it's
no.
pretty
Wait,
dang
my wife watched this. Yeah, she liked it.
It's very interesting. It's so I was interested enough that I looked up stuff on it while we were watching it, and so a lot of the stories and stuff is that they pull are from based on actual events. The main plot of the movie itself is basically a mixture of a lot of people's experiences. Mm-hmm. So they have several people's experiences that funnel into like one character kind of a thing. But yeah, a lot of it is based on true experiences of people that this kind of thing happened to them at the beginning of the opioid epidemic, the opioid crisis. Michael Keaton is awesome as usual as the one of the main characters, a doctor. And if you have any interest at all in the opioid crisis, check this out. It's a fascinating.
What kind
show.
of interest?
If you want to know like what it's about and what caused it, and who's behind the problems and what is happening to them as a result of, which is nothing.
No,
by the way,
it's
almost.
I should watch this because I was thinking back, like how I never got addicted to opioids. It's like beyond me because I don't know. Like I think back to the 90s. And every time I'd go to like an emergency room
here's a giant bottle of opioids.
No, I got Lortabs for fucking everything.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I was like,
and that's the thing that they talk about in this show is Purdue Pharmaceuticals convinced the FDA to give OxyContin a non-addictive label, and so doctors started prescribing it for everything from headaches to whatever.
Yeah.
oh, it was fucking. I swear to God, I'd go in and go, my eyes are really dry. You know what you need? You need some Lortab, bud. All right.
And that's what doctors were doing with OxyContin. Like,
Yeah.
it was the miracle drug.
It was. I see now. I think this was based on a documentary, because this is
Probably.
a live act. This is a movie, right?
Yeah, this is a miniseries. I think it's like 7 episodes.
Yeah, because we watched the documentary. I think it was based on, and so we got all the boring learny stuff out of that. There's a Utah connection.
Oh, is
Of
there?
course there is.
OxyContin things.
Of course there is.
But the
Anyway.
opioid epidemic actually goes back to the Civil War, and it's never left us because they would send the soldiers home after they got an injury. They'd send them home with a little morphine bag to take care of themselves. And it wasn't until the 1920s when it became an African American urban crisis that all of a sudden it started becoming a national issue, because they were like, well, wait a second, when it's just white ladies and soldiers self-medicating at home, we're not going to make a big deal out of it. But when it became an urban issue, then all of a sudden it was something that was a problem and needed to be eradicated.
They're like, if the blacks are doing it, it's got to be evil.
Well, but see, you're talking about opium.
But that's the source
And that's
of all.
that's the source of the opioids, and that's
the same
in that history.
brain
yeah.
receptors. Yep.
Well, and in the show they Purdue Pharmaceuticals hires a doctor to basically be their spokesperson It's not Michael Keaton's character; it's a different character. And his answer to the opioid epidemic back in that when it was first starting was obviously the problem is it's being underprescribed. These people are still in pain, and they need more OxyContin. They don't need less.
Yeah.
You guys, and I seriously remember,
it's crazy.
like I'd get prescribed Lortab for something stupid, and I would never say no. You know what I mean? I didn't sell it.
That's bad.
I saved it for the weekends. You know what I mean?
Why would I just give away my drugs?
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's a large part of the issue that my company that I work for is dealing with right now is that particular fallout, because you have people that in normal situations would have no issue living a productive life that are horrifically addicted to something and they can't get it, so they're finding whatever else they can to get that fixed.
Well, it was
Exactly.
easy to get addicted to back then. Doctor, I'm feeling very gassy.
Yeah, have some
Oh,
OxyContin.
here's some OxyContin, bud. Thanks.
Yeah, very. I highly recommend it. I think it's a really interesting watch. Okay, and then three more things I want to hit on quickly. We watched Nobody. Fantastic movie.
Finally, yes.
Bob
we watched
Odenkirk
We watched that again
as
too.
a badass, and it is awesome. I hope they make a sequel. Found on Amazon Prime this week, The Legend of Vox Machina from Critical Role. This cartoon is great.
So I've seen ads for it. Is this a new? It's new, right?
It's brand new, and it's based on I tried to look into what it's based on, and it's very convoluted to my brain.
It's
but
based
anyway,
on a Critical Role thing.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Just go watch the cartoon. If you like fantasy adult themed cartoons, this is right up your alley. It is a lot of fun. And then I decided to do some homework this week. Took a trip to the murder capital of the world, Santa Carla, for the first time.
Why?
Watched Lost Boys is what I'm saying. I watched Lost Boys.
Fuck yes.
No.
Yeah.
What?
You know what? I really like Santa. I really like Santa Carla, but the one thing that's always bugged me is about this place
talk about that.
is all the goddamn vampires.
Grandpa knew there was vampires in Santa Carla the whole time. Did he warn his family? Nope.
He was busy doing stuff.
You think he would have insisted?
He was trying to get laid.
I think he would have insisted that no one lets anybody in the house, right?
Yeah.
Don't invite anybody in.
I think I understand why it was popular when it came out. It's a product of its time.
Uh-huh.
And it was kind of the first kind of like that movie, I guess, maybe. I don't know for sure. But just, it's a head scratcher, man. Like, watching it from the first time, like I did this week, I was just like, what the heck is going on here?
Me and my friends, when it came out in the 80s, we would skip school all the time while it was
I remember you telling this story, yeah.
Like when it was in the Dollar Theater at Valley Fair Mall. And we would go see, I've seen that movie probably 100 times.
So it's just like, I wish I would have watched it from the perspective of I'm turning on like a goofy horror movie than thinking I was turning on like a foundational vampire movie.
No.
Or something.
Oh, what the fuck?
You
No.
want a foundational vampire movie from that period of time, you need to watch Lance Henriksen's Near Dark.
Yes.
Okay, so that makes more sense then, because was this the first movie that gave vampires sparkles? Their blood is incredibly sparkly.
Yeah, it's purple and sparkly.
Okay, that was a question I had.
That's just Joel Schumacher.
Yeah.
And then, second thing, I now understand why Lee was so offended by the use of that song in the Morbius trailer, because it's the same song that they open and close with on Lost Boys. Great song, by the way.
It's the Doors cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, and there's this scene with this concert guy with this saxophone guy.
Okay.
Just like,
Do you guys want to hear something crazy? Something crazy about this guy. That guy, the saxophone shirtless guy, chainmail man,
Yeah.
still tours.
No.
Yes.
You told this story.
Well, it seems relevant again, motherfucker. Okay? So, but no, but the sad thing is, he comes to town.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
He comes to town with a saxophone and like a looping thing. It basically plays that song.
That song over and over again.
Yeah.
Remember to file copyright strike dispute.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
With this episode. Yeah, so anyway, I watched Lost Boys, and that is a trip.
Well, but the most important part of Lost Boys was Star.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that was another thing.
She
Jamie
changed.
Gertz.
Jamie
Yeah.
Gertz changed an awful lot of us. She helped us.
Yeah, I could see she'd be influential for you guys at that time in your life. Also, why does everyone insist on saying Michael's name so much all the time?
Oh, that's the drinking game.
Movie?
That's the drinking game.
Michael.
Michael. Oh, man. It killed me. Okay, anyway.
I wanted
Lost Boys.
Kiefer Sutherland's hair so bad.
We all
Okay,
did.
the style in that movie was cool. The style the vampires wore at the time. And I thought the makeup was actually pretty good, too, for the vampires. I thought that was pretty cool.
All right.
And the Frog Brothers. Come on.
Yeah, the Frog Brothers, too.
Let's continue. We're running out of time.
Okay. I don't have much.
Well, get to it.
So all the normal stuff. Goddamn Peacemaker and
Goddamn
Oh, yeah, of course.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett.
Boba
the
Fett,
one,
yep.
The one new thing I did watch is it's on HBO Max. It's a stand-up special, Moses Storm,
Oh, I watched that too.
Trash White, and it was fucking fantastic.
It was pretty funny.
It was really funny. He's a very interesting personality with a very interesting backstory, and the production on it is really, really cool. I highly recommend it.
All right. Let's see, Lee.
Okay, I only have two things. Well, three if you count Peacemaker. Book of Boba Fett, like I said, we'll be doing a deep dive on that because I really have to talk about it. An experimental comedy show on YouTube. Not on YouTube, on Netflix.
Yeah,
that
we watched
blew
2
my
episodes
mind.
of it.
I didn't come and watch it because my wife was watching it, but she was laughing in a way that told me that she was probably going to die if she didn't stop. So the show is called Murderville. It's a Will Arnett vehicle, and what makes this show perfect is it's a scripted show for everyone but the guest.
Yep.
The
That's
guest
why I
has
wanna
no
watch it so
idea
bad.
what's going on at all. So the premise is.
And the guests are famous people.
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah. So you get like Detective Terry Seattle usually has to solve a murder, and usually there's a trainee who's there to learn the ropes. So you get Kamal Nanjiani, who's like,
That's the next episode we're watching.
there is a bit there where his ad-libbing, like he's breaking down laughing all the time because the shit they're pulling on him is just flawless. But the stuff he's throwing back, there's a bit involving a racist accent that I had to turn off the TV for a few minutes because I couldn't focus.
go on.
I couldn't deal. I was wheezing
I can't
so
wait
hard.
to watch that.
So Murderville it's kind of flawless. It's like it's a little improv and a lot of just ridiculous scripting, but like Annie Murphy, poor thing, she spent the whole episode just laughing.
The first episode with Conan O'Brien is pretty dang funny.
Oh, but the hot sauce bit with Conan O'Brien.
Yes,
oh my
I couldn't
God.
stop laughing at that. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's great.
Okay, just real quick, here's some of the things I've been watching this week. Secrets of Playboy. It's
Ooh, yeah, on A&E.
yeah, it's kind of gross. I'm also watching the Janet Jackson documentary, and I'm learning nothing about her that I didn't already know.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have
I
an
heard
opera-
she's related to Michael Jackson.
She is related to Michael.
But a lot of people are, learning. Surprisingly, a lot of people are learning that Justin Timberlake faced 0 consequences, and Janet Jackson suffered all of the consequences.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. The
And
news
then-
clearly
and then-
portrayed that.
Yeah, and then there are 3 good comedies, and I've talked about them before, but you need to check them out. Abbott Elementary, American Auto, and The Grand Crew. All very good shows. All new comedies, and they're network shows, and they're very good. Also, the new South Park was very funny. A lot of Matt Damon NFT jokes.
Oh, good.
That Abbott
Good.
Elementary, we started watching it. My husband was like, I don't know that I want to watch this. It's going to make me sad. And I'm like, no, I hear it's funny. He's like, no, I know. I think it'll make me sad.
Yeah, I
does
can't watch
both.
it. I
Yeah,
can't
It does
watch it.
both. It's got some funny people in it, some funny situations, but it also reminds you, we don't put enough money into our schools, do we? Anyway.
Is it kind of like, what was that show that Ricky Gervais did on Netflix?
It's
Afterlife?
Really
No. The one where he plays a person that works at a old folks home. Derek, yeah. Derek had some really funny stuff, but it also had some like heart-wrenching scenes.
That's what Ricky Gervais does.
It's The Office, but at a school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is American Auto, but at a car dealer place.
Oh shit! What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
check
car
that one out.
manufacturer.
Pretty funny.
Okay.
They do a whole rundown where they calculate the price of a human life.
Oh shit! Okay.
It's very funny. Anyway, Tony, what games, and then we'll get out of here.
Oh, this is actually there's some stuff coming out this month as we roll into February, and then March has even more. But this week we have the Life is Strange remastered. Was that last week? That was last week.
Well, you weren't here, so
yeah, that's right. Dying Light 2 just came out, and if you like your open world zombie parkour games, this is the creme de la creme. Don't play it for the story though, because like the first one, it doesn't matter. We have Crossfire X coming out on Xbox consoles. That one is a new free-to-play. It might not be free-to-play. It's on Game Pass, though, but first-person shooter, competitive style. Okay, here's one to watch out for, and not in a good way. The Kingdom Hearts trilogy is coming out on Switch, which is like, oh, cool, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. However, it is a cloud streaming version. So it doesn't actually play on your Switch. You have to have a really good internet connection to play it in the cloud, and they stream it back to your Switch. Everything I've read about the experience playing this game on the cloud is just poopy poopsville. And it's $90. So don't waste your money on that.
Yeah, Tony, I found out my favorite game series has an edition for Switch.
The Marvel game?
No, Katamari Damacy.
Oh, yeah. Katamari Damacy is on the
I'm
Switch.
gonna roll some shit up.
There you go.
My youngest is playing the new Pokemon game on the Switch.
I've heard, what is it, Arceus or something like that?
Yeah, something like
It's
that.
supposed to be real good.
They're enjoying the hell out of it, and it's really pretty. It looks like it's all watercolory, so enjoy it.
Let's see, another game coming out called Grapple Dog. I
Okay.
don't know what that is. And then Not Tonight 2 coming out.
No, it's my life.
That's Not Tonight 2.
Not tonight. I have a headache.
And then rounded off with a game called Die After Sunrise.
But it's German. It's D after sunrise.
Die After Sunrise.
Which means the after sunrise?
Yeah, well, it's translation loses something.
Oh, is that a sequel to the Richard Linklater trilogy?
Yeah.
As far as you know.
Yes.
Love those movies.
It's the After Sunrise trilogy for $90.
All right.
Ethan Hawke is there. Julie Delpy, come on.
I think we're good. Mr. B, please.
Ancient lamentation music.
More ham.
Scream.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone.
So, I was going to ask Shannon to play us out.
Yeah, play us out. Pretend I'm at the Oscars and you're playing me off. And I would also like to thank everybody in the chat. No, they're playing me off. It's been a dream come true. This is for you. This is for you, Jimmy. No, don't do this.
Bye.